We've got some NASCAR stories to discuss here today on the channel. Let's go ahead and just jump straight to it. So the first story we're going to be talking about is an unfortunate story. Unfortunately, Brendan Gaughan has tested positive for COVID-19. On a positive note with this, he is experiencing mild symptoms. I'm hoping Brendan Gaughan can get through it because honestly, COVID-19 is not something you want. It's a bad thing if you end up getting COVID-19. It sucks, believe me. I've never had it before, but I wish Brendan Gaughan the best of luck as he gets through his issue with COVID-19. Hopefully he will get better here very, very soon because that really sucks. On to the next story, and this is kind of a shocking one. Well, not kind of shocking. It looks like, according to Michael Knight, Phoenix is going to host the 2021 NASCAR Championship race per renewal brochure sent to track season ticket holders today. Well, this is actually on yesterday, I believe. So, pretty cool to see. The last time we were at Phoenix International Speedway, before the pandemic happened, we saw a lot of really good races. The Xfinity Series race was pretty good. The ARCA race was dominated by, I think, Ty Gibbs, but he ended up getting beat by Chandler Smith at the end of the race. And the Cup race was the best Phoenix race, one of the best I've ever seen in NASCAR history at Phoenix International Speedway. So, I'm glad that they're going to get this because, again, the short track package, the 750 horsepower package with the lower spoiler has made the race a lot better, kind of made it go back to older Phoenix, and also the name change is better, honestly. I liked it better than Phoenix and ISN to begin with. But I'm really glad that Phoenix is going to be hosting the championship race. It looks like they're hosting. It's not confirmed if it is being hosted yet by NASCAR. NASCAR has not confirmed the 2021 schedule yet. We might be getting that here in a few weeks. But it looks like we have another piece of what the 2021 NASCAR schedule is going to look like for next year, as this looks like it's going to be the championship race, not just for the Cup Series, but for the Xfinity Series, the Truck Series, and the ARCA Series. That is really awesome to see. On to the next story, and this is a controversial one. Michael McDowell and Front Row Motorsports are going to be donating the front bumper from Bubba Wallace's car to Motor Racing Outreach. Things to note. Michael McDowell is a board member of Motor Racing Outreach. That is one thing to know. Now, a little bit of a backstory from this situation. So, Michael McDowell intentionally turned Bubba Wallace on the straightaway coming down the backstretch. Bubba Wallace gave Michael McDowell a little bit of a bump and run. Good racing. McDowell was a slower car. Bubba was faster. Moved him up the racetrack. Hard racing. Moved him up. McDowell decides to turn left down the straightaway into Bubba Wallace, and he got turned by William Byron as well. Bubba Wallace was not a very happy camper. Let's be honest here. He was not very happy with Michael McDowell. So, as a parting gift before he left for the race, Bubba Wallace gave him the front bumper, and now we get to this point of the story. Honestly, I think Michael McDowell should have apologized for the incident. He's not even apologizing for the incident. So, don't be surprised if you see Bubba Wallace at some point this year. I'm not expecting it at Texas because a fast track. Don't be surprised at like the Daytona road course or another race coming up here soon that Bubba Wallace is going to possibly dump Michael McDowell because Michael McDowell deserves it. That was a chicken shit move in my opinion. And some of y'all are going to say, well, Bubba moved him up the track, so it's fair game to dump somebody down the straightaway. Dumping somebody down the straightaway, in my opinion, is one of the dirtiest moves you can do as a racer. I don't care who it is. I wasn't happy when Justin Haley took out Riley Herbst, and I'm not a big fan of Riley Herbst myself. But I think that Bubba Wallace deserves to pay back Michael McDowell at some point. Wouldn't be surprised if he junks his car. Especially if Bubba's out in the playoffs. Maybe when we go to Martinsville, we may see him dump it there. I know it's like not for like 2 or 3 months. It's not until November as of right now, unless the schedule changes, of course, due to the COVID-19 situation. But I would not be surprised, and I thought that was ridiculous. And in my opinion, I think it should have donated to Victory Race Junction, that front bumper back. That's just my opinion on that. I think Michael McDowell should have apologized, and I think that's ridiculous he didn't. At least I'm happy he is donating to charity, but he probably should have donated to Victory Race Junction instead of Motor Racing Outreach, since he is a board member of it. That is one thing to note. On to the next story. There's some bad news and good news in this situation. It is about the All-Star Race TV ratings. According to Adam Stern, FS1 earned a 2.076 million viewers from the All-Star Race. It was down from 2.448 million last year, though aired on Saturday night in May at Charlotte International Speedway. However, here's the good news. The Open earned a 1.516 million viewers, up from 1.210 million last year. So there's some good news in the situation and bad news in the situation. But to be honest with you, we still got over 2 million viewers for the All-Series. I am happy about that. And the fact that the ratings were up for the Open, that's great to see. Honestly, the Open was a lot better of a race than the All-Star race. It was 10 times better. We saw a little more bumping and banging in that race. I didn't think the All-Star race was terrible. I thought it was still a solid race. Even a bad race at Bristol is still a good race in general. And it wasn't even a bad Bristol race. We saw great racing in it. I just expected a little more from the All-Star race, but it's good to see that the ratings weren't completely bad. And the fact that it was on a Wednesday and it still earned 2 million viewers, it really isn't that bad of news, to be honest with you, but it's good news there. And honestly, again, it's not bad that the TV ratings were, they weren't really even that low to begin with. 2 million viewers on cable, that's not bad. And the fact it was on Wednesday night, that really isn't that bad. That doesn't make me mad. Again, I wish the ratings were a little bit higher, to be honest. I wish we were up like 2.5 million like they were last year. But if this race was like on the weekend, like on a Wednesday, like a Saturday or Sunday, this probably would have gotten 3 million viewers. And in my opinion, they should have possibly tried to have this race on the main network since it is the first Bristol All-Star race. If they would have had us on the main Fox network, you probably would have had the ratings up to 3 to possibly even 4 million viewers. Even for a Wednesday night race, the ratings would still be up. So in the future, NASCAR, you need to start televising a lot of your main events. I know it's a short track race, and the short track races don't tend to do as well in the TV ratings, but you should be televising these big races on your main networks. That is just my opinion on that. And now we get into the final story, and this just came out a few minutes ago. According to Bob Pockrass, there is going to be no practice or qualifying for the Michigan doubleheader, Road America, the Daytona Road Course, and Dover for all 4 of NASCAR's divisions, the ARCA Series, the Xfinity Series, the Truck Series, and the Cup Series. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't like this decision. Not for Road America, Michigan, or Dover, because we've been there in the past, but since we're at a new course, the Daytona Road Course, I'm not a fan of them not being able to get practice. So why am I saying this? Because they're not letting any driver run more than one series. They're not letting any driver run more than one series, which I think that is not the best decision. I understand why they're not doing it, though, because because recently there's been a major resurgence in COVID-19 in Florida. Florida has possibly been the biggest hotspot for COVID-19 recently. But I just think it is a bad decision to not have practice or qualifying not qualifying. We don't need qualifying. You can do a random draw for the race, to be honest with you, the way they've been doing it. But in my opinion, we should be having practice for this race. I'm not saying you need 2 or 3 practice sessions for each series. I'm saying that you probably need to have at least one or 2 practice sessions, maybe. 1 or 2 30-minute practice sessions to get these guys warm, or just 1 practice session. But the fact that they're not going to have it, I think we're going to see a lot of wrecks. And the fact that they're not letting them have it is now, this is a tentative schedule, so this isn't completely confirmed by NASCAR. But this looks like it is going to be the case that we're not going to see practice qualifying. I don't like it for the Daytona Road Course. I think it's a bad decision because NASCAR might create a disaster of a race. And I know a lot of people have been hyped for that Daytona Road Course. I hope NASCAR does at least change their mind for Daytona Road Course. I hope they change their mind for that one, because that is going to be a really bad decision if you do that, because you're going to run into a lot of issues. You're going to have drivers wrecking. You're going to have a lot, especially since pretty much no one in this field besides, I think, Kyle Busch, Jimmy Johnson, Chase Briscoe, among a few others, only a few drivers in this series have experience on this. And we have no one who really has an experience who's never driven on this track, especially with the 750 horsepower package, where you're going to have guys possibly going up to 200, 210 miles an hour. And I don't remember if they're having a runoff area or not for these guys. I don't know if they're going to penalize drivers. If they end up penalizing drivers for running off the track because their car is too fast in the corners, I think that's honestly going to be ridiculous. But NASCAR is known to do a lot of crazy things. And the fact that they're not going to have practice or qualifying, most likely, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's a bad decision, NASCAR. For the Daytona Road Course, every other race on here, got no problem with it. Everyone had an experience at these. I mean, it's ridiculous because, the Indianapolis Road Course race for the Xfinity Series, they had 2 practice sessions for that. They had 2 practice sessions, well, actually 1 practice session to get them warmed up. The fact that NASCAR isn't having a practice session, I think that's going to be a bad decision. I see people that are going to defend NASCAR in this. Do they want a disaster or do they want a successful race? I think if you have a practice session, you reduce that risk of having a major disaster of a race for all 4 series. You're going to have a major disaster for that. So just my opinion on that. I think that's a little bit ridiculous that they're not going to have practice for Daytona Road Course. Just a bad decision in my opinion. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Turn notifications so you get notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Link description below for that. And comment your thoughts on today's video. What do you think about no practice or qualifying for Daytona Road Course? Do you think that's a good decision or not? Let me know in comments below. And what do you think about the All-Star race, not the All-Star race TV ratings? Let me know in comments below. I'm also wishing Brendan Gaughan the best of luck, and we're going to be praying for Brendan Gaughan here to get better, hopefully, so you may be able to come back out to the racetrack, maybe for a Daytona race here in the near future. So anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video. And I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.